why. Yo, what's going on? This is Lecrea, and I'm the Lil Wayne of Christian rap. I already know that me saying I'm the Lil Wayne of Christian rap is raising eyebrows, raising all types of different emotions inside of different people. What is he talking about? Why would he say that? What does he mean? Well, walk with me for a second. Lil Wayne is probably one of the most heralded artists of the 2010s, early 2000s to the 2010s. What he did was he took notes from the culture of hip hop, which is writing, rhyming, you know, the fashion, just all of the things, the elements that hip hop loves from all of the classic era hip hop artists. Lil Wayne embodied those things, you know what I mean? The lyrical abilities, the importance and understanding of the DJ. One of his biggest songs was Go DJ back in the day. Hip hop embraced him, even though he was from the South, which, you know, the South was kind of this peripheral group that hip hop, which started out in New York, didn't pay a lot of attention to. But the South rose up, and Lil Wayne was kind of the guy. He was the front man for hip hop out of the South. There was a whole season where, I mean, he was running things, you know, he mixtapes back to back. And if you're not a Lil Wayne fan, then you might not know all of this, but go back and do your research. He was the guy. Though hip hop embraced him, there were still elements and aspects of him that were not dominated by hip hop. Matter of fact, hip hop didn't even know what to do with some of these things. And some of those things were like the skateboarding, the rock album. You know, he was more like a rock star in some kind of ways, where he would essentially like tattoo his face up and do all kinds of stuff that really was not there. So what's the comparison to me and Lil Wayne? No, I don't think I'm the type of rapper Wayne is. No, I don't think I embody the same things Lil Wayne does. I do enjoy skateboarding though, not gonna lie to you. No, I don't think I have the iconic status that Lil Wayne has. So when I say I'm the Lil Wayne of Christian hip hop, I'm not saying that I have reached the heights that Lil Wayne has reached in my respective genre. What I am saying is that a generation has followed Lil Wayne and began to do all the things that Wayne did without necessarily embracing those ingredients of hip hop, so to speak, like lyricism and bars, and making sure that, you know, you pay homage to those who come before you the way Wayne paid homage to some of the rappers that came before him. But they did embrace the tattoos, they did embrace the auto-tune, they did embrace some of the, you know, drug-induced flow schemes. And so you wouldn't have a Young Thug without Lil Wayne. I would argue you wouldn't have the Travis Scott that we know today without Lil Wayne. There's so many artists out right now that just would not be in existence without Lil Wayne. He was the forefather, he was the godfather of what we're seeing right now in hip hop, in terms of the kind of wildness, the facial tats, the auto-tune, the locks. Like, they're Wayne's kids in a lot of ways. And so those new artists did not necessarily embrace the elements of hip hop. Me being in that middle generation where I can appreciate what's happening with the younger generation and the older generation, I wish that they did embrace some of the elements of hip hop. I wish that lyricism and rhyme scheme and paying homage to those before them was a part of it. I was not raised in a church, but I came to faith around 19 years old. And when I came to faith, I entered into what I call the greenhouse of Christianity. I'm from the jungle, but I came into the greenhouse. I understood the way that Christians moved and the way that they rose their hands and sat down and all the regulations. And I loved the Lord, but at the same time, I wasn't necessarily a part of that culture. I wanted to use my gifts, my time, my talents, my treasures to say things that were God honoring. I studied my Bible all the time. I listened to great thinkers and teachers, philosophers. I read heavy, and then I wrote. And by the grace of God, I ascended a lot of hills. I won Grammys and made platinum songs and, you know, charted #1 and done all these amazing things. And I think the kids who come after me want some of the things that I've attained. So I think in the same way a lot of the kids want what Lil Wayne had, they just tattoo their faces and use auto-tune and hope that the results are the same as Wayne's, who's an icon, by the way. I think some of the kids in the Christian rap space want what I've accomplished, but there's a lot of studying and thinking and processing and understanding who I am and why I'm making the decisions I'm making, and not just doing them arbitrarily because I want to be on BET. That is why I feel like I'm the Lil Wayne of Christian hip hop. My prayer, my desire is for the generations after me to, yes, take your craft seriously, yes, take infiltration of all forms of music seriously, but also take your relationship with God very seriously. Study to show yourself approved, understand the philosophies of why you're making decisions you're making, and just be able to always give a ready defense for the hope that's within you.